Evening, everyone. All right. I did a video on all the USD pairs earlier on today, and I'm gonna do a wrap up of what I what was mentioned in that video. Now, I did say we was looking for lower price, and we've got lower price. In fact, it even looks like the daily wants to make a dash, but we put on the drawings. In fact, we'll go to the. I think it's gonna be too much for. Yeah, it is a bit too much. I've done a 4 hour. So on the 4 hour time frame, and we don't need this channel. Okay, I'm looking for a C wave, all right, to complete the higher time frame's fourth wave. Okay, I did say we'll be coming into the price territory of the previous fourth wave at least, because we could be. Oh, let me go back to the chart we was talking to about this on, which was forex.com. Okay, we could be doing this black four here. Okay, so we'll come into the price territory of the previous fourth wave, which we're doing. Okay, so I was looking for sales all day. I took sales on the retraces. I added more sales because we hadn't hit target yet. I'm expecting this low to go. I'm expecting it to go during Asia or just before Asia, but I definitely expect this here low to get taken out, so we get deeper into the fourth wave. Now this is a bit of demand over here. It could hold. Um, just have to see when price gets to there. Okay, so price could turn around in this area. Did I not? I think I drew that out. Hold on 1 second. I do think I drew that out on one of these charts from time ago. Or was it GBPUSD? Yeah, it's down there in GBPUSD. Okay, so we'll get to that. So back to EURUSD on FOREX.com. And this, yeah, is basically what we're looking for. Let's go to an hour. So we can see that we're looking for at least a black wave 4. The potential though is there is a potential that this is actually 1 and we're going down to make it a 2 wave, which will mean we'll take out that 4 and come even deeper before continuing higher. I'm of the impression that we're not done yet going higher and we've got another push up, but we'll have to wait and see. Tomorrow might make that a bit obvious, but the main reason is these highs are relatively equal. Okay, between there and there, they're relatively equal, even more so inside of here, and we've got the 88.6 hit. Okay, or the 90% hit from this move down back up to there. We traced more than 90%, and that's characteristic of a flat, a WXY, something corrective, because 2 waves rarely come up as high as the 0.886. Okay, when you actually just go in your charts and just check them out, build up some statistics, because this I got this from Coons, who's an excellent Elliott Wave trader and teacher, and he did his research before letting us know this. So yeah, so the likelihood of this high being taken out is great. There's a good chance that it'll get taken out, because just the mere fact of the 88.6 being hit increases the probabilities that this whole move is corrective, which means eventually the high will get taken out. Okay, so we doesn't mean we can't come and get a 2 wave that comes down into here and then we go back up and take it. Okay, but I'm looking at potentially it coming down here to do a black 4 and come back up to do a black 5, take out the high, and then we go down in a wave 2. So yeah, I was calling it from earlier on today around here, around this level. That I was looking for sales. We got the sales, and we're still going down currently. 1 hour time frame. Okay. What time was that video? When did I do it? Give me a second. It says 8 hours ago. That's when it was posted. So that would be, according to this, about 1 o'clock. Yeah. Yeah, that's 1 o'clock there. So I was calling for shorts here, and we got a decent move down, still going. Put on the EMAs and turn on the TDI. You can see we've gone below the 50 static. We're trading below the 50 static, which is the white line. The baseline is the orange line, and the red line is the signal line. We're below all of them. Okay, I'm expecting this to go to oversold, which is the red line at the bottom here. Okay, at least deep into this demand to the 50% of it. Okay, at least that. Okay, so GBP USD. Let's go to GBP USD. And sometime last week I had drawn this out, and I expressed that I was expect pound to at least come into this area and then give us some signs of accumulation, which is what that drawing's about, before going higher. There's an imbalance here, there was an imbalance above, and the demand zone in the green. Okay, the white ones are the imbalance. Okay, we've had a 3, 4, 5 in purple. Okay, now this does look slightly more bearish than Euro USD. And if I was just trading this, um, now because this is such a big point of interest to me, okay, I am expecting buys from here, which is why I had the drawing. Okay, had it not been for that, I would have started to think that potentially we finished and we're coming down to do a two wave. Okay, um, so currently I did call this and say this was gonna go lower. Fortunately, it did. I didn't trade this though. I just traded Euro and Bitcoin today. Um, Still expecting lower. Looking for just the same thing. Looking for price to accumulate during the Asian session, which is what the Asian session does. Or it will go sideways, consolidate. Hopefully that turns into an accumulation, and we can take it up tomorrow. Yeah. If it manipulates that load as I've done with the drawing, does not mean it can't go higher. If it get consecutive closes below it, then I'm looking at a two wave. Okay, and this is the fourth wave of this move coming up. This was the other fourth wave of the final impulsive move up, and we've already taken that out. So I don't actually expect us to manipulate this low. I don't actually expect us to manipulate that low just because of that. I could be wrong, but I don't expect us to manipulate that low unless we're going to do a two wave, a wave two. AUDUSD, I did say it looked more bearish than GBPUSD and and thing. Did I say it looked more bearish? Or sorry, I think the position was it wasn't in a fourth wave. Sorry, it didn't look like it was doing a fourth wave. Okay, and potentially we could be starting something this week, something bullish to the upside. Okay, this is clearly liquidity to me. Okay, this level here and this level here, they're both liquidity to me. So I do expect price to make its way up and grab those sooner or later once we finish this C wave down here. NZD I expect the same thing, but I just want to go to the daily so we can get a better picture of what's going on here. Okay, so potentially we could have a 1-2. So let's check the time and also the depth of the one wave. Okay, so it's okay. It hasn't gone past the 6 times. Okay, it's within the 4.5. It's about 4.5 times the length of wave one. From the beginning of one to the end of one, and you double click, and you'll get how long wave potential wave two is relative to one. Okay, when it gets to like 6 or over 5 times, especially when you get 6, it increases the probabilities that even if it is going up, this is likely to be a B and not a 2. Okay, so currently we're still in the time range of a potential one wave. I mean, one wave and a two wave potentially. All right, I do think this is bullish. This whole move coming down is corrective to me. You can see how choppy it is. You can see you don't have no clear 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the whole of that impulse. Now, what I think is more important than time, even, okay, because time is never an invalidation, is if we hit this 886. If we hit this 0.886 over here, okay, then I am expecting, I'm still expecting upside, definitely, but I will start looking at this as a B wave, okay, and I don't care if it does it quickly now, and it's still within the time frame of a wave one. Simply just hit the 886, and I'm thinking B wave, X wave, or potentially we're going for this low. We'll pull back up here somewhere into supply, okay, over here, over here. No, yeah, take out these highs for sure. So over here, and then go lower. And what is actually interesting is that, which I learned from Coons again, um, is oftentimes when price hits that 0.886, okay, and it has intentions of going lower, we'll come back up to the 61.8 area and then come down and break the low. And at that area, it's just above our supply zone where we've got this supply zone where we've got liquidity resting above the highs, and then we've got this supply zone here. So we can come up, reach the 618, grab the liquidity, tap the supply, and then come back down and grab the low. If we hit the 886, that's a setup I'll be interested in and I'll be paying attention to. But we're a long way from that. We're on the daily time frame. Okay, just looking at this now, I can see that it's very likely we're going to get another low. Why do I think that? Simply because this move has no wick, okay? Not just has it got no wick, but for this to go up, it's more likely we're going to grab some liquidity. Now, you could say this move grabbed that liquidity there, but even as we accumulate before going up, we manipulate lows and break structure to the upside. I don't see any manipulations of lows here. So I believe we're manipulating highs on a smaller time frame, tapping into the supply, because this up move before the down move, okay, could be considered supply right there. That cause a breaker structure, tap into it, continue lower. What else? Again, 0.886 hit, okay? So as you can see this live now. All right, I didn't do this before. I do my analysis as I'm recording 9 times out of 10. I do want to do some pre-analysis beforehand, but I'm kind of busy currently. But you can see we price came up, grabbed liquidity, came down, hit the 0.886, went and taps the 618. Okay, inside the supply zone. Okay, I'm gonna make this purple because I actually believe in the supply right now. I expect this low to get taken. I do expect it to happen just before or during the Asian session, and that's actually a good setup for a bullish week potentially. It might not look it or feed it, but Monday usually is false move week beginning. They want to get the higher time frame traders trading in the opposite direction. Sometimes Tuesday might follow on with Monday a bit and then set the low of the week or the high of the week if it's the other way around. And then Wednesday you get the midweek reversal where it goes back up. Now they don't do it exactly like that every single week, but that scenario I've just given you is most common. Forex, crypto, indices, whichever pair, they usually follow the same suit. So yeah, it's good to see that right now that we've come back into the 618. Currently, it looks like we might swipe the high and then drop. That's what I think. That's what it looks like to me. Get a quick move up into here, swipe the high, and come back down and take the low. So NZD/USD, just the same thing. Okay, apart from NZD/USD's already taken that low. All right, it tapped into this. What do they call it? The ICT traders. Inversion, incursion, something. I don't know. There's some of the words, it's just long. Man, just make the thing simple. Trading is hard enough. But I know what they're talking about, and that's what it is. We've come into it, and we fell off and broke the low. That's why I've got this demand. It's not like I forgot to take out. Um, in fact, their incursion thingy, what's it called, is based off of an imbalance, okay, that gets broken through and returned into. So that's not what this is, because this is a demand zone. But something told me to keep it there. Not really working out why. Trying to see if there is an imbalance on a higher time frame, because there's a reason. Let me just check the daily. If it's not there, then forget it. There's demand. Okay, but you can see how quite nicely this was demand. Price went up. Okay, did all of this, tapped the demand, broke structure into the supply, came down, smashed below, breaking structure, breaking all the lows, and just before it broke all the lows, when it broke structure here, sorry, we pulled right back up, tapped into that exact same area. So you can look at it like support and resistance. So support turned into resistance, price goes down lower. Okay, so NZD/USD, okay, same thing. All right, looks like we had an ABC leading diagonal, then a whatever at the end over there, and we've taken out the low. So corrective, this is. Okay, this wasn't impulsive. It was something I was looking at as a potential leading diagonal. But as you can see, we've taken out the low, so that goes out the window. And I'm looking for buys on this, honestly. Let's see if I can find a decent support level on NZD/USD. This is literally gonna do what AUDUSD does, by the way. Okay, this is gonna do whatever AUDUSD does. 9 times out of 10. Or 99 times out of 10 out of 100. All right, yeah, it makes sense that we swipe this low, tap the demand, and all I will be doing at that point is I want to see accumulation. Okay, accumulation is like going sideways. We nip the lows, break the high, maybe pull down again, make another range, nip the low, break the high, maybe we do the same thing again. And then when we're up here and we're spending time, probably reaccumulating here, this is where you can buy safely. Okay, so that's my analysis on NZD/USD, GBPUSD, EURUSD, and let's have a look at Bitcoin. Currently, I'm in buys on Bitcoin. I've been in and out, in and out, in and out, but I'm still in buys now. I'm definitely taking out most of my positions here. I want to take, I want us to take out this high. And what's happened is, all right, we took a complete dump on Bitcoin, all right. And the reason why I feel comfortable in buying was that we hit my imbalance area here, the low daily range, okay. And somewhere on the smaller time frames, it just looked right. I should be buying this. I think we swiped these lows and came up here. I think it was about this time that I started buying. Okay, it was somewhere in the move up, and I knew we could get some stabilities down. But yeah, I did take out some liquidity, some money at the 50% over here. Okay, or maybe just short of it. By the time we hit it, I was holding it a bit, and it came up against me, and I just took it off. All right, so currently on Bitcoin, let's take off the indicators, go to the 4 hour time frame, and get a picture of what is actually going on here. Okay, we took out this low, all right? I'm still hoping there's a fall. We've come to my point of thing with demand, and thing is, sorry, let's go to the daily. Okay, I'm looking for a fall still, yeah, end of a fall to continue higher. Should this end up not being a fall, then I would say Bitcoin is bearish. And currently, how we can tell whether this is still going to be a fall or not is we can quickly just draw from the black 2 to the black 3. Okay, I've done this in a previous video before. It's fine for time. It does look like such a short 2 and a long 4, but from there to there is where you measure, and it's fine. If we hit that 618, forget it. That's not a 4. I'm only looking for short from that point. Every time price comes up around these areas, I'll be looking to short it to take out this level at least. So yeah, just know we hit that 0.618. I'm bearish. So the dailies, yesterday, Sunday, trashed the market, making some recovery. I haven't seen anything to guarantee this low is 30 and it's going to stay. So I'm just, trading as I go currently, looking for higher prices on Bitcoin. We do have bullish divergence somewhere. I'll find it for you. Currently, this over here, we have bullish divergence. So that would show on the daily. This low here, okay, is lower than this low, okay? So this low is higher than this low, whereas on price is lower. So this is sliding to the upside, but this is sliding to the downside, which is a bullish divergence on the chart, okay? More locally, like say the hour, you can see the bullish divergence right here, even more clean, okay? This is the low. As you can see, this low made here, straight. This low made here went lower than this low on there, okay? Sliding down, sliding up. Bullish divergence. That was key to me entering as well. Somewhere in this candle, okay? Somewhere in that candle. Potentially around maybe this candle. I think, I'm sure it's this candle. Yeah, I saw the stop on this candle. So Bitcoin's still moving up, which is great for me. I'm looking to exit sooner or later. Did I put anything on the index chart? Supply zone. No, that all got taken out. Yeah, so Bitcoin, I'm looking. Sorry, where's my target this week? I can't. I do think we're going higher than that, but this is it. That's my target. But I'll take out most of my positions after taking out these highs. And then upon a retrace into this demand, we have demand over here. If we get signs of accumulation, which again I'll repeat, manipulation of lows, breaks the structure to the upside, I'm involved, I'm buying it, and I will aim, probably next target would be down here in this last buy candle with all that volume in it. Okay, I'd aim for that there, but just look a bit above. I might even want to increase my targets because we've got relative equal highs here, or should I say equal highs here. Okay, that's some equal highs, and on top of that, we've got another supply zone up here and the psychological low. That's the psychological low. The psychological high and the psychological low, these orange lines, is the market maker's support and resistance. It's the real support and resistance, the best support and resistance you'll ever find on the chart. Okay, price is going to be drawn to come in here. Okay, and from here we can work out from prices behavior if we're looking to continue higher. Okay, so say for example we came up here, messed around, grabbed the high, came down, started accumulating, I would look to take it higher. I wouldn't necessarily, if we came up here and broke the high, start buying there. I'd have to see what price, what structure is like at the time. I mean, I could stay on my buys here, and then in anticipation of taking this high at least, we got 88.6 hit here, confirming this is most likely corrective. But I just want to play range by range with Bitcoin right now because it's deadly. So yeah, that's my analysis currently. Bitcoin and all the Euro USD majors. I will update you during the Asian session. Trade safe. Please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if there's any charts you want me to break down. If you don't understand what I'm talking about, please put it in the comments. I will do a video basically just explaining whatever it is you're asking me about. All right. So trade safe and peace.